Hello, welcome to Who is Deadliest. I'm your host, B. Mitch. Today I'll be talking about two warriors who won their matchups during Season 2. It will be the Comanche versus the Zande warrior. Which one wins? And for this one, I decided to take away the Comanche's horse because most of the Comanche's weapons, if not all of them, can be used very effectively off horseback. As well as the Zande doesn't have a horse, as well as I'm not even sure if the Zande even had horses in real life. So I think that would be fair just to take away the Comanche's horse. Plus, keep in mind that these fights are under the show's rules. So that means that each of these guys only has 4 weapons on each side and nothing else. So let's get started with weapon comparison. Starting with short range is the Warhawk against the Magriga. Actually, it's called the Makraka, sorry. But anyway, which one would win and have the edge here? For this one, the Makraka, I sometimes get those names confused. Anyway, the Makraka, it doesn't get stuck unlike the Warhawk, and it is a lot more effective on impact, I think. But the Warhawk, it does have the edge as far as reach, so I think that the Warhawk may have a slight advantage there, so I think I would have to give it the edge. Next one is mid-range between the War Lance and the Magriga Spear. For this one, both of them are very effective. The War Lance can be used both on foot and on horseback. But the War Lance also would only have one use here because of the fact that the Comanche would be on foot. So for this one, I got to go with the Magriga. I think that it would be the more effective weapon on impact. I think that it would cause the most injury and death, so that's what I have to go with. Next one is long range between the bow and arrow and the Kapenga. For this one, the Kapenga's accuracy is surprising, but the bow and arrow, I think it would surpass that, and I think the bow and arrow would just shoot the Kapenga here, as well as when it comes to maybe having to reload, it would also be a lot faster, so I gotta go with the bow and arrow. For special weapons, it is the sculpting knife against the Bolto and Pima. For this one, there really is no comparison required here. The Bolto and Pima has the edge as far as range, as well as, even though the arrows aren't that deadly alone, they do have the poison too. So I gotta go with the Bolto and Pima. No comparison required. Edge Zande. Alright, so let's do a quick review of the edges. For short range, that was the Comanche. For mid range, that was the Zande. For long range, that was the Comanche. And for special weapons, that was the Zande. Okay, so which one do I think is deadliest between the Comanche and the Zande? Well, for this one, as far as protection goes and armor, I don't think that either of them are that well armored. So I think that would be pretty much thrown out the window because their armors aren't that good. But as far as their weaponry goes, I think the Zande weaponry is slightly the more effective weaponry here, so I think I had to give a slight edge to the Zande. But let me know who you think is deadliest between these two, as well as leave any ideas for a matchup below. This matchup would be very close, but in the end, I think the Zande would take it. This has been B. Mitch, and I'll see you next week with another Who is Deadliest, or just whenever I have an idea for these. Alright, bye.